Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Lightyear, the new Pixar film based off of the film that inspired Andy to love Buzz Lightyear, and that's how this film is framed, as like this is an in-universe film that Andy would have gone to the theaters to go see. And this Pixar film is written and directed by Angus, MacLane, starring Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear, as they chose to pick a different actor to differentiate that this is not the toy, this is the movie character that inspired the toy. Hope you get that. And this is quite the fun and joyous sci-fi action adventure. And in terms of the visuals and the direction and stuff like that, obviously it's Pixar, and at this point they have incredible animation, and you get to see that especially in the space scenes and some of the landscapes on these planets. And you know, they, like, you could even look at the textures of like the Hawthorne women's hair is just, there's incredible detail here at this point, and that's going without saying. Like, the animation in a Pixar film is going to be great. And the action is exciting. They have quite a few action sequences, a lot of flying sequences, and even like from the the testing out the different fuels and stuff like that. Those sequences in the film that you see in the trailer are incredible. They are missing David Bowie. That set up an expectation of like, where's the Bowie? And obviously don't take that as like a knock at this film, but like the sequences are incredible, beautifully shot, and exhilarating, and those elements really work. Now, from a story standpoint, it's a little convoluted, and you know, especially as we get into the third act of the film, there's some reveals that I think are interesting but not explained well, and I think the exposition is confusing, which, if you're gonna spend time throwing exposition at people, hopefully it's not confusing. But I find it interesting and bold where they went with the story and what they did with Zurg in particular in this film. And I feel like it gives depth to Buzz's journey, even though there's definitely moments where the dialogue spells out the themes and the growth of the characters so bluntly. That's just like, this film struggles to really, I think, trust its audience in many ways. But I do think it has some really strong themes about happiness and finding joy in life. And, you know, Buzz's character is propelling into the future, doing these missions, and he's not getting to live a life, and everybody around him is aging and stuff like that. Those are some interesting ideas, and that leads to one of the more emotional moments of the film as well. And from that standpoint, the action's great. The story, you know, it's fun, it's enjoyable. You have Buzz trying to complete this mission, go on in this introspective journey, but also team up with this ragtag crew of wannabe Space Rangers. And you have Izzy Hawthorne, who is Alicia Hawthorne, Buzz's good friend, her granddaughter, because Buzz is shot so far into the future. You have Mo Morrison, played by Taika Waititi, who is clumsy and silly and insecure and just trying to do his best. And then you have Dale Souls as Darby Steele, who's the cranky little old lady who's a lot of fun too. You also have some great, like, the vocal performance. Like, Chris Evans adds a lot of emotion and depth to this character. It's very different than the Tim Allen Buzz Lightyear. It's very different. Not necessarily better. Different. Keke Palmer brings a lot of energy to Izzy, and you could feel her anxiety of, like, confronting her fear of space. So that's a big thing if you're going to try to be a Space Ranger. You have Taika Waititi, who's just fabulous as always. And Peter Sohn, who plays Socks, the cat, the meow, 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 meow. Oh my god. Socks steals the show. Socks is adorable and amazing, hilarious, and also pulls their own weight. Really helps bring this team together, and I think that's the best part of the film, is seeing this ragtag crew become a team, and Buzz letting his guard down and not being like a one-man show anymore. And you have Isiah Whitlock Jr. and Bill Hader, Aduba, and James Brolin, of all people, who pop in and give strong performances as well, bringing their characters to life. In general, I think this is a really fine, wonderful, and joyous little film, and I don't think this is top tier Pixar, but it's definitely something really enjoyable, and you could get a lot out of it. But those are my thoughts on Lightyear. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.